Hi, welcome to Harvesting Herbal Freedom. I am Danielle, an herbalist and your host. Today's episode is all about another method I use to make herbal preparations, one that I believe has very old roots. It's simple, sustainable, and easy on the pocketbook, all things we love. Now, I couldn't find much information online about this exact method. There are similar practices out there, but nothing quite like the one that I've developed. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm sure you've noticed from the title, it's wine. Now, this isn't your basic store-bought wine. Okay, we could get into this, but this would be a long conversation. So I'm just going to summarize. I did a breakdown comparison between homemade wine and store-bought wine in my book, A Path to Herbal Freedom, Embracing Nature's Wisdom. And I'll just put a link in the comments to that if you really want to check it out. But in short, there are chemicals in your store-bought wine. So yes, wine, more specifically homemade fermented wine, used as a base for herbal tinctures. Now, I brew a batch of wine every year, whether I need it or not. It takes about a year to a year and a half to fully mature, but when it's ready, I use it as a base for tinctures, and then I take that a step further. To enhance the potency and the synergy of the preparation, I also make a honey infusion using the same herb, or sometimes just a complementary one. Once the honey is fully infused, I strain it and I combine the honey with the wine tincture. The result is a honey wine tincture that's shelf stable, gentle, palatable, even for the kids. It's similar to an herbal syrup, but with a higher potency thanks to the 10 to 12% alcohol content. One thing I really love about this method is how versatile it is. Let's see, for example, I might take a nettle and turn that into a wine tincture, and then take my honey and infuse it with nettle and then say lemon balm. And when I combine them, I have a honey wine tincture that's multi-purpose, but it's great for seasonal allergies, and then it just helps to ease anxiety and maybe a little stress or something like that. It has a calming effect. So it's a thoughtful and flexible combination, and it allows me to support more than one system with a beautiful, just one blend, one thing to take. And I often find myself wondering, what would our ancestors have done in situations like this? What materials were available to them? How did they preserve their medicine? How can I take those old ideas with what we know now and make them even more effective? For me, it's not just about crafting herbal remedies. It's about connecting with the past, honoring tradition, and also evolving. This process doesn't just make me a better herbalist, it makes me a better human. It reminds me of how little our ancestors lived with, and yet how full their lives still seem to be. So, I love this process for so many different reasons, and I did say that it is safe for the kiddos. It is. The 10 to 12% alcohol is not going to harm them, especially if it's just as a medicine. You're not giving that to them every day or anything like that. But if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't give it to your kids if you don't feel comfortable with that. But it is more potent, which makes it more effective. That is, I guess, yeah. Just do what you feel comfortable with, and do your own research on these sorts of things. I am not a trained medical professional, once again. And I don't claim to be one. So, do your own research. And I'm not trying to make any claims here. These are just methods. I'm sharing the methods that I like to use. And I hope that you can find them useful too. So I kind of want to hear from you guys this week. And I really thank you for tuning in, for listening, for showing up each week. And before you go, I really do want to hear from you. What is one thing that you and your family still do that's been passed down through the generations? Drop it in the comments for me, and let's keep this conversation going. So until next time, keep harvesting your herbal freedom, one herb at a time.